Gonna put me back to sleep. I mean,
It's live.
It's like playing cards with my brother's kids up in here. Ape in his gas station microphone. Chuck won't talk about nothing but his new printer.
In his closet.
And you're
Oh, my
sitting there
God.
and coming out of the closet, and you're sitting there
Let's talk
looking
about
at crap on eBay that you don't need to buy because you got too much crap already. Like
I do have too much crap already.
I feel your pain, man. Good morning.
Good morning.
Howdy.
We are live.
It's going to be one of those mornings, fellers, and the weather is just the least of our problems. How y'all doing?
I was channeling a little bit of Molson there.
It was. It's like a Alabama Molson.
Well, speaking of Alabama, what's in store? We're here to talk about the weather, right? What's in store for you today?
Today is nothing special. Our weather is not really going to happen until tomorrow.
The natives? Are you getting natives down there?
It is a possibility. I'm at the northern edge of where the possible stuff is at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too worried. I'm in Montgomery County, just south of the city of Montgomery. In the last map I looked at, the little line is right at Montgomery's right on the top of the line. So, and that's on the maybe unlikely kind of band thing. So
I got you. Well, who's going to explain why we're here?
I think you should, Ape.
I think you should, Abe, too.
Well, all right. Well, yesterday we were talking in a private chat a little bit, and the topic of the weather came up, and we decided that we would pull together this morning to kind of talk a little bit about a couple of different news reports about what's in store over the next couple of days. I think the East Coast got hit a little bit yesterday, the day before. They were talking about 5 inches of rain down in parts of California, Southern California. I think it caused some landslides, some mudslide problems and stuff like that.
Yep.
They're talking about a little bit of snow further up in the northeastern part of the coast, and storms that are rolling today across the middle of the country and threatening, they said, snowstorms that will be measured in feet. Mm-hmm. And then in the south, they're talking about some really bad flooding, electrical storms, and the chances of tornadoes.
Looks like you may get some snow.
Yeah, and so what that really means is you better make sure that you have a fresh copy of JS8 Call installed on
exactly
in case there's an emergency.
I was going to use RIDI.
What are we looking at there, T.O.?
I'm not sharing this. This is Jim sharing this.
This is the current U.S. radar weather.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm on Wonder Ground. Well, right here in Nebraska, in the center of the country, and Ape lives right here in this square somewhere.
Yeah, they were saying that the northern western part of Nebraska is going to be looking at snowstorms today.
Well, it looks like they're already getting snow. So you've got this whole storm system, and I am not a weatherman, but you got this whole storm system that stretches from the northern frontier all the way down into Texas.
If there ever was a day we needed to Telemundo girl,
today would be the day.
Today would be the day. But that's a hell of a
stand
storm
in front of the
system.
screen.
They're saying embiggen it, son.
Embiggen it. Okay. Well, then we won't see the whole United States.
That's okay. Half of it's not worth seeing anyway, right?
Right.
I ain't telling you which half. I don't want to offend anybody. You just all think that I'm talking about the other half.
So this is from northern North Dakota up here by the Canadian border and Steve's house. Yep. And all the way down into Texas. And Shane was saying they're expecting or experiencing crappy weather already today. When I was chatting with him earlier.
Did he give you your wake-up call?
No, I was.
No, he gave him the wake-up nudge.
Hey, Jim, it's time to wake up today.
And that's putting it in motion, and I don't see it's not moving east or west to east very fast either.
That's pretty slow. Yeah, we were supposed to get severe weather
I think
starting
is
at
the problem
noon today, and then they changed it. And this is what this is how they get you. They do this every single time. Noon, severe winter storm advisory, and then you wake up the day of, and it's like 6 p.m. severe winter storm advisory. So I'll go to bed tonight with nothing happening, and I'll wake up tomorrow morning with snow all over the ground.
What's up, Yusuf?
So this is what's going to cause the snow pile up, is that this thing doesn't have a lot of motion to get the system past where it is. It's in place a lot, at least what this is showing.
Yeah, it's going up.
Yeah. and twirling. And this is typical weather that I see down here. A line of storms will come through, but it doesn't really go west-east. It kind of eases northeast eventually.
Well, they're saying that the jet stream is doing a U-turn in reverse.
That's what I wanted to see. Is there a way to turn that on?
What's that? What do you want?
Is there a way to
Let's
turn
get a picture of the jet
stream on?
stream.
It was funny, Abe. Growing up in Maryland, we saw the jet stream all the time, and it's like, oh yeah, that's nice. Whatever the hell that thing is. And up here, it actually really affects the weather because that classic dip that you see is like right over my house every single time. And so that
Well,
means
they're
the
always
cold
talking
wind
about
is-
this. This year, it's the gordita. You know what I mean? Like it's always like
Right.
it always sounds like a Taco Bell menu item of the jet stream. They just make this stuff up. Hey, Andy, how you doing, buddy? But they're like it's the La Nina, the gordita, the Santa Maria. I don't get it.
Well, this doesn't show jet stream. It has wind stream, but I don't see anything on the map specifically.
We had our storm like the last couple of days here. It closed some of the snow parks, the resorts. They've got like anywhere from 37 inches to 98 inches of snow so far.
There we go. Well, those are the fronts, but
Yeah, that's not the jet stream.
I don't have it. I don't have a jet stream.
Playing cards with my brother's kids. Just hold on a second here.
Hold
Well,
on.
you get it. You get it up if you can, Abe.
I am just got to finesse it a little bit.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
At some point, boys.
Oh Lord!
I don't see it yet.
There we go. Flights delayed is what they're saying.
They were showing pictures of our like the ski lifts up in Tahoe, just like almost instead of being hanging down like this, they were sideways. It was blowing so hard up there.
Hey,
And
Yusuf. Good morning.
for them to close something
And thank
down,
you.
it takes a lot, and that was it. They closed them down. It was too dangerous, I guess.
And apparently the weather sites don't want to report on the jet stream. We're just not going to see it.
Well, the jet stream is how they get you.
I think the jet stream is fake news.
All right.
Yeah, it's early. The juice is flowing. Thank you, Yusuf.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Tequila in the morning.
All right, so here's what we got. From blizzards to tornadoes, the U.S. braces for a wild week of weather.
Wow.
Right. Much of the central United States, from the Rocky Mountains to the Midwest, was braced Tuesday for blizzard-like conditions. That's today. While states farther south were warned of risk of flash flooding and tornadoes from a massive storm blowing across the country. I think Jim just showed us that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a we're not kidding kind of storm. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety Monday tweeted it, urging people to stock up on essentials and stay at home. So I did stock up on some essentials. I went to the store and I got a couple of really nice ribeyes and some T-bones and a couple of cases of beer. And I got everything I need now. No. And I got everything I need. But on a serious note, I think that folks should make sure that you have working flashlights and have batteries for those flashlights, either charged or if they're primaries, then you want to make sure that they're not dead. And then you probably also want to make sure your stuff is charged up, like laptops, radios,
Right.
like stuff like that. And remember, if the power goes out, the first thing you want to do is get on the HF and check your noise floor, right?
Exactly.
Hell
It could be
yeah.
fantastic.
Or lack
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Yeah. So as
Get your
a ham,
batteries
what are
charged
some
up.
things? What are some things you can do as a ham to prepare for the storm? What are some things that you should know?
Well,
Do not run around with the fire department in your little orange vest.
Yeah, they're going to be busy, usually.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really doing actual work.
Well, what I would do is I'd make sure that I've got UHF and VHF capabilities connected to my local repeaters, and I would check in and not just key up and kerchunk it, and maybe check into the local nets tonight and listen to see what's going on, and you might be able to get some information. It's a good way to communicate with other like-minded individuals, right?
Well, sometimes.
And you
they'll
guys
find
that
it.
are in the snow, that could be a thing. Because I mean, Steve, you're getting foots,
Feet of snow. Yeah, whole
feet
feet.
Are
of
ya?
snow, whole feet
If I
of snow.
if I lived
that's
at Ape's house, I'd be getting water with his plumbing because his plumbing hasn't been good lately.
right. I'd make sure my buckets are filled out back. You know what I mean?
I've got 30 gallons of water right off the roof out there. My
Water
dog loves it.
is important. You need a food supply, and that's what I was going to say about the snow. If you get multiple feet of snow, there is a high likelihood your ass ain't leaving the house for several days
Right.
at all.
Make sure everything's
So-
right with you and your missus.
Yeah, and one
Yeah.
of you
They
needs a lot of
apologize
alcohol.
now.
Right.
Apologize now. Make sure there's plenty of booze because, hopefully she's a fun drunk. Neither one of you is an angry drunk. I'm just saying. But you need to prepare for that. And nobody thinks about food. Everybody thinks about flashlights and batteries and even water. But food, if you are
45 says
stuck,
45 saying fill the bathtub. That's where I built. That's where I make my beer at, man. Can't
If,
do
I was
that.
gonna say, if you're getting liquor, a bathtub's a good place to put it.
Yeah.
and
or make
you can also drink out of the toilet tank if you had to. But there's a little bit of social stigma with taking the scoop out of the water.
What I would
prefer to
suggest
take
is
it out of the tank.
filling
Yeah,
the
the
bathtub
tank
with all the
part, not the
snow,
bowl, the tank.
and then putting your beer in there. That's what I would do.
That's a pro
That's-
move right there.
That is a pro move.
Yeah.
This man
I
could
got-
be trapped for weeks and he'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got tons of ice chests though too.
Now,
Well,
so
I
is it
tell you-
okay to call out on the local repeater and ask for more beer?
It was an emergency.
I
If it's
think
an
that's
emergency
wrong.
situation,
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
what you need to do is make sure you break.
Yeah. So break or
This is
break
called
off.
This
CQ
is
after
call
you break.
sign. We have an emergency. I need some more beer.
And I prefer Miller Lite.
Right. Seems
This is K1APE. I need some damn Miller.
right. It seems perfectly reasonable to me.
And after you do break, don't forget to call CQ. So batteries,
Yeah.
like one of y'all mentioned batteries, and not just charging your phone, but if you have some battery packs, make sure those
Yeah.
things are charged up too.
Yeah, all my battery packs. I've got 4 or 5 of them. They're all charged.
Same here, bro. Same here.
I used one the other day for a few minutes with a low power amp and
Medical
It'll last.
supplies, if you use a CPAP or on
Oh,
Homo
yeah.
too,
Yeah.
you need to have a way to make sure that will
hopefully you've
operate
watched
in the event of a
Frank's,
power outage.
Hopefully everybody's watched that Frank's CPAP thing, how to keep your CPAP working when you're camping.
Yep. And most of those things will run on straight. My wife and I each have one, and they run on straight 12 volts. So
Right.
worst comes
think
to
that's what
worst,
he
I go
finally
get the
did.
battery out of the car and
What about any generator prep or anything like that?
Yeah. So for a generator,
Yeah.
you want to do all of your prep beforehand, and as a good prepper, this is like standard stuff. So every month or so, run your generator for enough
Yep.
period of time to get it warmed up, and then if you've got a carbureted generator, cut the fuel supply off and let it run itself out of fuel to get all the gas out of the carburetor bowl and everything else. Otherwise, the stuff varnishes up and comes up. And that way, like a month ago when you last checked it, you made sure everything worked fine, and then
Right.
when you need it, it works because you did that check. You don't want to find out today that your generator stopped working 3 months ago because it gummed up inside the carburetor. And my
Now,
generator-
we're not
here's the
sponsored
thing.
by Seafoam, but a little Seafoam in your gas
stuff.
is a good way to go because it
Yeah.
will keep the gas, because gas doesn't last these days, but that will keep it better, and it
the
will
farm
clean your
channel said
carburetor.
that stuff is junk.
Really?
Well, this ain't the farm
is
channel.
messed up. Yeah.
yeah. Seafoam's
I'll have to see
fantastic.
the farm channel doesn't know what they're talking about.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So
So
my
we're
generator
having
has
few-
I mean, Seafoam is like the ham stick of engine additives, Charles.
Oh, no.
We're
Seafoam's
feuding with
the real
the-
deal.
With the farm channel, are we feuding with them now?
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
they're
using
going
the
down.
chuck.
They are going down.
I don't think it
We
ever
need a good
stopped.
internet feud. That's always
do.
good for business.
We do.
Right.
Yeah, you need a diesel heater. Look at that. Colin, he's right. I've got 2.
Yeah, so one of the things that happens with my generator, if I don't practice with it very often, there's an on-off switch that's buried underneath the gas tank that you can't see. And so if you don't turn that on, you're pulling that ripcord for as long as it takes to wear yourself out because it ain't going to start on you.
Well, you're
And I
pretty
actually-
good at pulling, though, right? I mean, you can pull it for hours without getting
Hours.
tired.
I can. Yeah, just give it a tug. Yep.
And I will
And-
say, people don't know this, but with the Hondas, it's been out there that they don't have a fuel shut off. But the on off is the fuel shut off. It doesn't have a separate one. It's automatic. So every time you turn it off, which you can't do what Steve said to do, you can't really run your gas out, unfortunately.
Thanks.
But I've only had I've had my Honda 2000 for like 25 years. I've only cleaned the carburetor once, and I just run it when I go camping. So it just works.
Jesus.
I mean, my buddies had Yamahas, and they all own Hondas now. That's all
You
I
read
got
the
to
other
say.
one.
I did.
We all read it.
Yeah, I've got a Honda generator, and it does have a fuel cutoff switch on it.
Yeah, some of them do. The ones built in the cases, the really quiet ones don't. It's built in. But
Well, I got
the other
another.
thing what I found out too is you need to turn that thing on before you start doing the TO pull on it, and let it set for a second.
Fill up.
Because otherwise it has no. Because it does run the gas out. Eventually it goes.
Yeah.
But look at that.
Oh, hey, that's my driveway.
Yeah, I mean, that's some snow right there. It says up to 2 feet of snow is expected in the northern high plains in the U.S.
Yep.
And then come down here is a coast-to-coast storm bringing heavy snowfall, powerful winds, the threat of thunderstorms, and other extreme weather across the U.S. 2 feet
This
would
is-
suck, right?
Across.
And they've named this is tropical storm, winter storm Cameron Diaz or something like that.
Did they really name it?
Well, it's always
Yeah,
the
it's the Weather Channel. They name everything. This
Here
is
we go. The worst
Cloud
weather was
Fred
expected to
and
hit on Monday night into
this
Tuesday,
is Water
bringing gusty
Puddle
winds.
Chuck.
What?
Here we go.
I've got a on camera, but it's still dark here, so that's not a very good camera.
Here's his powerful storms last Friday started up in California. I wonder if they were able to tax those storms.
They did.
I hope they met
a law
the
that said
standards
storms
buddy.
weren't allowed.
The
And the
emission standards.
Storms didn't listen.
It was here in Nevada mountain range in Northern California reported 5 feet of snow in some areas.
Yeah. We've got to see, what was the biggest one? We got 98 inches at North Star. That's where I used to ski.
Here we go. Talking about whiteout conditions could fuel blizzard conditions.
Yeah. What's this mean?
80-mile-an-hour winds.
Well, I was looking at the forecast for Steve's neck of the woods this morning before the show. He's supposed to be having 20 and 30-mile-an-hour winds up there.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
not
get the
fun.
DX Commander guide in good.
I do. Yep. We'll see how it survives the storm. It should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
LBFH, almost
Unless it gets
433
too cold.
megahertz of snow. That's right.
Do you ever get any good wind, Steve, when it's really cold at your house? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder how the fiberglass has got to get a little brittle at times.
It probably does, but I've got it good and protected inside that grove of trees that I have it in.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place in my yard where I can't cut the grass. So it
Yeah.
works out pretty well.
So it doesn't get a lot of wind, maybe.
No.
Here's what we're talking
get
about the thunderstorms. They said Springfield, Missouri, and Little Rock, Arkansas, south to Houston, New Orleans. Some of the same cities and towns at risk for severe thunderstorms were recently hit by a deadly tornado outbreak at the end of November.
So are there any like HF radio stations you should tune into, frequencies you should tune into, like the Hurricane WatchNet or the Maritime Mobile Net? Is there anything snow, winter weather related?
You know, I'm not 100% sure about the HF. I know that there's quite a few of them on DMR, depending upon which network that you're using on DMR. So that's also not a bad idea. I used to like to listen to DMR talk groups. Like if there's a really bad storm in Texas, for example, then I would listen to that local Texas DMR group. And sometimes you get to hear some pretty good action down there, see what's going on.
I just found this thing called Space Weather, HF
So-
radio communications.
Here, this is off of the Weather Channel, and this is the maps I was talking about.
You got to embiggen it, son.
In Biggin.
I mean, it's only a 34-inch screen. Is that better?
Yeah,
It's
there
not
you
the
go.
screen size, Jim. It's how you use it.
For God's sake.
That's what I told her.
Play it, Abe.
So-
She didn't buy it either.
This is the tonight thunderstorm areas. And then what I was looking at was tomorrow night is the severe thunderstorm forecast for us here. I'm just south of Montgomery, and this has moved north a little bit from what it was yesterday. yesterday afternoon, Birmingham was completely in the green, and the top of this orange line, this light orange line, was south of me. So this has
So it's
shifted
moved.
north a good bit where the predictions are. I haven't seen anything that said a tornado chance. Don't they have a Torcon? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, great. I'm in that. Barely.
You better make sure that dead tree neck that keeps falling on your shack is
Oh, son, we got rid of the dead tree.
Did you?
Oh, the dead tree.
Well, yeah, when it fell in your house.
I thought it was just a branch fell off onto that thing, right?
It was a branch that fell off.
Oh,
I thought there was
killed
some
the tree.
I thought there was some drama around taking the tree down, around who was going to pay for that and all that stuff.
I split it with the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually her
did it get
tree.
both of you? It was her tree.
It's technically her tree, barely.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was on your side though, right?
But it was hanging on my side. I think if I had pushed it, she should have paid for the damn shop too. But
Yeah.
it's my wife's cousin. So
Well, half the town is, right? I mean, you're all
family.
related down there,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. I'm not related to any of them.
Whatever. You are by marriage. So
Right.
You're,
So
Down
this
and
is the
over.
current tornado risk for December. And I don't know if that's specific to this storm or this is the average thing. But you can see a lot of, so East Texas, Louisiana,
Outrageous.
Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama, and a part of the panhandle there, and a little bit of Missouri.
So Jim, how are you going to
Yeah.
keep your coffee
that's
warm?
Missouri.
How's that
Oh,
going
it's
to
just
work?
grabbing mine. It's like you're a mind reader. Look at that.
I'm going to keep my coffee warm in a delicious, hold that up there, Sparky. In a beautiful, thermally insulated,
Different Sparky.
stainless steel, vacuum formed tumbler that says Coffee and Ham Radios. Look at that. Ooh, he's a hand model too. Look at those fingertips. Those are just
Yeah, on the website, you see
Stunning.
Tio's hand adjusting the VFO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
You should do the GMRS guy's hand videos because he's not very good at it.
Nice.
Hey,
I
It's a
won't
fairly
mention his name,
widespread-
but
I was going to say, in the event that you do lose your power and then you turn to alternative fossil fuel based heat sources, use ventilation and be careful, right? Like
Yeah.
whenever these things happen, we hear in the news about people who die from carbon monoxide poisoning, putting generators in their houses or garages and stuff like that, or burning coal or using diesel heaters with no ventilation and stuff like that. You do want to make sure that you're safe.
I put in a gas stove years ago, and it requires no power, just the gas, which
just fire.
it makes its own little. It doesn't even have a fan on it, but it heats pretty well.
Nice.
In
It felt kind of dirty
this
it
morning.
did.
So Marvin has a very important tip here. If you don't know what you're doing, maybe find somebody who does. If you plug your generator
Yes.
in,
Yeah.
that electricity will flow straight back up the power line.
Yeah.
So you need to disconnect your main power before you plug your generator into your house. Legally, I'm sure in all 50 states, because it's probably National Electric Code, you have to have a transfer switch so that it's
Yes.
not physically possible for you to put power into the grid without disconnecting the grid, put power into your house rather, without totally disconnecting the U.S. grid.
I had planned on when I did my addition to just do a certain section, just a few of the rooms.
That's what we
plugs.
have.
And I just it got so I spent so much money on my addition that I just had to cut something out.
We
But
have
I can
a
run an
transfer.
extension cord in. I mean, that's what I do. I just if I need
You
it.
still
We
need
don't-
to you still need to disconnect your main.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Because he's
I
not
don't
plugging
hook
anything
them.
into the house.
I'm not plugging it to the house.
Oh, you're plugging straight in the extension cord. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've got like a box that has like four.
I
different-
thought you had a suicide cord. I thought that's what you're talking about.
You know what? I
Dave's got
don't
suicide.
lose power very often because I'm on the grid with the fire department, and that's one of the grids that they actually have backup for. So
Yeah.
I'm a couple blocks away.
Yeah,
But
so the
you do
easiest
lose it,
way
but not
easiest way to separate the power from the main is to reach up and trip the main breaker, turn that main breaker off.
often. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is that you hear about electric workers, right? The people for the power company getting killed and stuff because somebody's backfeeding the grid, and they're trying to fix a problem. They have no idea.
Right.
So did they ban those suicide cords they were selling like on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that, didn't they?
Probably.
Probably.
You know how the government likes to tax things and ban things?
Well, you
Yeah.
can make
We-
them. I mean, it's not like it's rocket science, but
We can't be trusted to be smart enough to handle our own decisions and responsibilities. This
Well,
is
I mean, the thing is that we've watered down the education system to the point we can't be trusted. I mean,
Right.
when you looked at the advertising for those things, you're like, just plug this into your generator, into your electronic socket, and you're fine. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
yes.
really go much. I mean,
Hey,
you
I
figure
got a-
somebody tuned up on Budweiser's.
I got a package yesterday.
What you
Actually,
got?
I don't know when it actually got there. Eric Olson from Hawaii sent me some Kona coffee.
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
I will put that to use. I got to get the other coffee machine out, or my little cup machine. Actually, this stuff's probably really fine. It'll probably work really good in there. And check this out, though. Laser engraved.
Get you up there.
I'm wondering
That's
if this
nice.
is. It looks. It might be.
It's like slate
made out
tile.
of
Slate.
slate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. They have a lot of
That's
lava
nice.
there, but I think you're right. And that is a coaster. It's got a couple little feet, and that is
Lava's
what I'm.
not slate.
Did
Yeah,
our
it's
lawyers
not.
okay using that logo like that?
I haven't seen anything. No memos have crossed my desk.
No memos.
Well,
It looks really
Jim,
nice.
you're not part of the signing authority of the group. So sorry.
That's true.
Wow, that
You're the
bird.
Twitter guy.
The
The
Twitter
Telemundo
guy.
girl's got more power than you.
Wow.
We haven't hired her yet. And we still haven't hired her, unfortunately. So thank you very much, Eric.
Feel the love.
I will put this coffee to good use, and the coaster's sitting right here on the desk. I'm always looking for a coaster.
Is it
Hollywood
holding your
makes a very
Coffee
good
and Ham
point.
Radio's tumbler?
It is. Look here, it fits perfect. So it's
Nice.
My kid stole mine.
$25 on
Already?
coffeeandhamradios.com.
that was fast.
It didn't even get out of the box. It was sitting on the table. And she's all
Oh,
like,
man.
what is this?
Was that addressed to her?
Did she
Was it
make that
addressed to
face?
her? Excuse
Did
me.
she make that face? When she
I think it
said
was
that?
addressed to the smoking ape, and she
It
is an intern.
An intern?
She's been interning at Smoking Ape Industries for
She's a
about
chimp.
15 years. Yeah. So
So how do I have to address
Nice.
these things to keep her grubby paws off of them?
not make it say bills. There's a bill inside.
The electric company.
Hollywood makes a great point there. Yeah, if your
Yeah.
power's blipping, just turn the darn stuff off.
Yeah.
Just accept the suck.
Just
And there's a good
Watch-
chance
watch
when they
your
turn it
neighbor's
back
light
on the
flicker
first
on.
time, it's going to flicker. Yeah.
right.
So here's the biggest problem with the power going out. There's no TV on to babysit my kids, and I have to actually spend time with them.
There's no Facebook to get,
Right?
I can't twit book or twit face or face twit,
Well,
whatever that is.
Tio
The
could.
Twitter.
Tio's got that satellite thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Can't you run that off
I got
of battery?
Muskernet. Dishy McFlatface.
She make a flat face. That's good.
Yeah, but
call it.
how well is that going to work in the whiteout snowstorm?
Not not going to work. Not at all.
Doesn't work
I mean,
in
it's heated.
trees.
There won't be any snow accumulation on the dish, but it still can't see the sky.
Oh, it's a heated dish? Really?
Yeah, it's a heated dish. Yeah. Heated,
Oh, wow.
motorized, directional, steerable antenna array. It's a pretty neat little
Wow.
bit of
Might be.
engineering. I'm surprised we could make something like that today.
Yeah. I may have to look into that one of these days. I want to do some traveling,
Yeah.
but I got to make sure I don't travel this time of year.
I don't know whose idea was it to stream this morning.
NRD.
Yours?
NRD, only one of us has to get up and go into his regular work at the office job. He's the one who's dressed in work clothes.
Excuse
I'm in
me.
my pajamas.
I live at work.
7
dude.
o'clock tonight is when we do
Retired.
the victim statements.
and damn it. And probably ain't got pants on, either one of them.
Nope, no pants.
No
I had to put
pants.
mine on last minute because it's really early here. I walk around the house and I go, oh shoot, we're streaming, making coffee.
Well, I think that's about it, right? Then we say we have an 8:30 cutoff time because you have to, James, you have to go get your coffee on your ride to work. Is that what's going on here?
Oh, no, the coffee's in my other coffee cup, ready to go. Lunch is made. I'm going to walk out the door. I'm good.
Yeah, you
I
don't
told my
wanna take
minion
that
I
to
might
work.
be in at 8:30 or 9. He don't care. And my boss
Yeah.
generally doesn't even know if I'm there until about 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon anyway. So But I mean, do we have anything else we need to talk about?
I think we're good.
What's coming up on y'all's
think so.
channels? Charles?
I have a
Let's do that.
review of an antenna system. I think T.O. and I both are going to do something on that.
Yeah, we're waiting for it to be ready to be sold.
Yeah, we're also, it's kind of cool for a change. We're talking to the builder, and he's taking advice on how to make it better, because we both had found some
Very minor,
T.O.
very minor.
very minor stuff. I actually mine was sent first, but T.O. got his, and he was like, "Hey, have you checked this out?" I go, "I just got the package, and there's an easy workaround." And then I've got a Retevis GMRS, man. They sent me something to do a review on, and I got to get that going. I might do that today since the weather's so bad, you know. Actually, it's nice here now. Well, not nice. It's freaking cold for us. It's freezing every night, but we're gonna have sun today, so who knows?
It is probably in the upper 50s, low 60s here.
It
hasn't really gotten. I think we're supposed to actually get close to 30s by the weekend, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
We don't get snow, so I'm not too worried about snow. Well, we have, but a couple.
I mean, I've been
inches.
here I've been here 40 years almost, and we've had significant snow 5 times, 6 times.
I wouldn't even call ours significant. It's
Well, significant
2
for
inches.
Alabama is more than a quarter of an inch. So
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's significant. I guess it is then here. 37 here right now. So
Yeah, they don't
Clarence-
count. They don't count snow in Alabama in inches. They count it in bodies.
centimeters.
loaves of bread and hours of no power. Clarence,
People
what do
who-
you got coming up?
You say Clarence?
Yeah.
Clarence the Ape.
I got to get my camera situation worked out right. So after I had the machine, my hard drive died, and then I did the Linux Mint install. I was having problem after problem with one of my cameras that I like to use. So I went back to Windows 10, and this morning I accidentally, instead of clicking the virtual camera button, I clicked the record button in OBS, and I got a pop-up message telling me that it didn't have the correct drivers to record.
Morning, Cal.
I got to get that worked out, and then I'll figure something out. Hey, Cal, how you doing, bud? And then once I get that worked out, I don't even know what video yet, but I got a couple of projects I'm working on right here.
Excellent. T.O., how many videos from you this week? It's Video Tuesday, right?
It is. It's Video Tuesday. I got an antenna review coming out for the ICOM 705. It's an old, reliable favorite that China seemed to have stumbled upon and made a clone of, and it's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah, I know,
No
right?
way. No way.
Yeah.
Totally surprised. I dropped a video last night on the ATU 100 tuner that we were playing with on Nuggets.
That's a good little piece of kit.
You know, you told me that was the same size as the one that you sold me, but it looks way thinner. It looks way smaller.
It's a little smaller, Chuck. It's not significantly different.
I don't know. I'm gonna
The
have to get
board is probably the
measurements.
same, but the case, I think there's a couple of variations in the case.
No, mine's
Yeah, the
mine's
case
a
is
different,
wider than
mine's
the
a
board
different
is.
brand. Mine's
See, I ordered one of those DIY ATU kits and the case and everything. And then I asked a couple of my YouTube buddies if they wanted to do a collab or something like that on these tuners because I knew that they had them. And then they went ahead and did the collab without me.
I didn't.
So I was,
At least you're not sore about it.
no,
I mean, put some salve on it. It'll be okay.
I was a little surprised by that.
We
but,
can.
See, here's the one I got from.
Now I
It's-
feel bad. Okay, I'm
It's
over
a
it.
lot wider.
I'm over it
Yeah.
too.
I'm
that's
over it.
that's the LG
That's
though, right?
Yeah, that's the one I sold you, right, Charles?
Yeah, it's quite a bit wider. It looks like to me.
It is.
Yes,
It's
it is.
about
The
twice
problem
as
is
wide.
I have a little bit of problem with it fitting in the case. That's why I was asking you that.
Oh, I've heard that before too.
I'll ask. Yeah, sure you have. I'll ask T.O. next time on get some good information then.
Yeah.
'Cause he just told me it's.
I
quite a
started to
bit
put that tuner in the case last night, and the dimensions inside are tight, as in
Yeah.
you almost can't get those SO239 connectors in there without it touching.
T.O.,
things
how
it shouldn't be
long is
touching.
that thing, T.O.?
How long
tape
is
measure?
T.O.? It is.
He's talking about the tuner.
The tuner.
Yeah, the other
It's
thing
5.5
is like a centimeter
inches,
or
not
two.
including the SO239s on the back. Full
Okay.
full depth is
So
6.5 inches. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That'll fit.
width-wise, it is 3.5. So 6.5, 3.5, and man, they like their half sizes. 1.5 thick.
Got it. The U.S. Post Office comes in handy.
Yeah, the ears are not the problem, Hollywood. It fits in the rails just fine, but the distance on the long axis of the case, the antenna connectors, those SMAs are going to have to be desoldered because there's just no room for them. They got.
you're
to come
talking
out.
about the case you bought for it, not the case you
Yes.
put your stuff in. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
We got to
They're-
wrap this thing up, boys. We're starting to get to.
Yeah.
Too many people in here.
No, I got to commute to the other side of the room.
Oh,
Yeah, me
I gotta
too.
commute 30 miles to my real job where I can keep people from looking at porn all day.
You say you sit there and you pray all day long that your boss is going to drop dead. So don't act like you're doing any work. And
Well, no, that's not true. I don't
say that.
pray.
It is.
You know,
you just wish.
He sets up
Right.
stuff in the
Please,
hallway.
please let
you
him
know.
drop dead.
well, we have an AED there, and I may or may not have checked the battery lately.
Tim, have you
I'm like-
thought about
I'm
setting up like
you better
a?
ride the lightning, old man. What now? Have I thought
Have
about
you
what?
thought about setting up like a frame job that shows that he's been going to sites that he shouldn't be going to? Full evidence, full disclosure kind of thing.
I cannot confirm or deny that I have inside knowledge of things
Present that
that
to the
would be.
board.
But are you documenting this for HR? Like, that's the biggest sneak move in the
Son,
world.
I have a dossier right now.
What?
He pinched me on the booty.
Yeah.
No, he's never touched my booty because he's still breathing.
Mm.
All right,
That didn't
gentlemen,
quite
I'm hitting the
sound
buy
right, but-
button. Guys, thank you for coming. Be careful if you're
See you
involved
later.
in
All.
this weather.
Yeah. You guys
safe,
all be
everyone.
safe.
Yep. Take care.